Hello everybody, this is Sara Perry and this is the insights and predictions for next year 2023. Alongside this I have also got an ebook ready to order and when you check it out it may be on pre-order, but it is available now and it will give you more insight of what is coming next year. It's all channeled messages I have been working on and been given directly through Spirit, alongside some information where the planets are as well. Very interesting read. You can buy it on ebook and after some time when I've finished it, which will be very shortly, you can buy a hard copy which will also have a diary and journal with it. So if you are interested in that and you want some help with that, there is a link in the description bar. I've also got offers going on at the moment, but do check out the website for any more or come back to the channel and look at the videos and see what's up, because I'm going to be adding quite a lot of videos in the next few weeks and months. Apologies for not being here for a while for those of you who may have missed me or may not, but I have been working on books and different projects and retreats and workshops that I want to be doing, which will come out in the near future. So let's look at next year. Now, as I said, there's a lot of predictions which may match these as I'm sitting here channeling now, and there are more in the book. But what I'm seeing more than anything is that there is a massive cross marking the next year, or a crossroads where something will finally come to an end. And I do believe that this is to do with Pluto making a big shift after 200 years. I keep getting the date, and I've had this quite a few times now. August the 17th, 1946. Do feel free to look up any of these dates. Often when I channel things, I do go and look up and go, oh, because I just get thrown dates at me so many times. And this could be relevant to you. It could be relevant to someone else. I do actually get a Leo person that this could really relate to. It's all right, I'm getting lots of messages coming in at the same time. And I'm like, okay, can I just focus on this? Okay, so it's going to be like a big trip, okay? A big journey, a big new investment into your life. Because by March, April time, everyone will have crossed over into this new vibration. Whether or not you're carrying a lot of baggage from the year before or not remains to be seen. I feel that if you are still carrying something, you will carry it forwards into that following year. And you may have other opportunities. I'm being told 6 to 8 other possibilities or experiences for some of you who will be able to dislodge them. So all is not lost. It just means if you have chosen a path that is less beneficial to you or less value, then it could be a longer walk to take. You know, you may be going up a bigger hill. You may find you come across more challenges than others. If you do, then ask Spirit for help. Ask the angels to advise you and help you through, because all the guidance here around everybody is to help and nurture. And I'm being told very clearly there's always a possibility. There's always a possibility of redemption, even when you think everything is lost. And there are going to be people standing still who may not feel they've got their justice, or they feel certain things are unjustified. But from a universal point of view, they are justified, because they will offer more learning and offer you actually a way out or a new way forwards. Sometimes it is just about letting go, folks. Now, coming into March and May, there are going to be doors opening. You need to look back to 2012 and what you were doing then. What did you start? What did you embark on? There's so many people I speak to, including myself, who say, you know, I'm still doing this. I'm still going forwards. I'm still having a go. You know, it's still not quite happened yet. So good news is that the doors will start opening, because Saturn is going to be in a really good relationship with Neptune, which is the planet of dreams. And normally it's saying you can't dream, you've got to be realistic, you know, keep your feet on the ground. But next year it's going to say, hey, I'm with you on this and I'm going to help you with this dream. So not only am I not going to hold you back, I'm going to actually push you forwards, and, you know, find ways of you assessing that dream after all, something that may have felt an impossible one after all, you know. And this could be in love, it could be in work, it could just be in lifestyle. You know, maybe you've been working really hard to make ends meet for many, many years, and you've been toiling away at your own business, and then all of a sudden all these doors open and, you know, you hit the jackpot. Or you hit on an idea because you're an inventor and it just takes off and it's just amazing. Or someone sees something that you'd written years ago and suddenly it comes through. Really look back over this last 10 years or so, because if you can make a map and pinpoint all the different things you've done, all the changes that you've done, start with all the major marking points and tick those off and what you were doing and what years they were. You know, look at the things where maybe you've had real heartache or really, you know, people have left your life, all of those things, and start watching a pattern form. And what Spirit is showing me is once you kind of do all these things with dots, you can actually, there will be a very clear pattern which is equal. It's like you can draw like a squiggle on a page, okay? And they're saying that if you get all of this correctly and in the time frame and everything, you'll see, say for instance, I don't know, 8 diamonds or something all together, but everything will match, everything will work, and it will all slot into place like a puzzle. So if it isn't, there's something missing. So keep going back to the drawing board, take the layers off, go deeper and deeper and deeper, and start doing that now. And if you start doing that now, you may actually have access to what is coming in March and May next year, May particularly, but March will be that change where, you know, Pluto kind of moves and everything starts shifting over. It's a 5-year, no, not a 5-year, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 year, sorry. It is, isn't it? No, it's not. It's a 5, 6, 7 year. Yeah, 2023. Okay, I do numerology charts, right? But I did not choose to do that. I was gifted that ability, right? I can read numbers, but I'm not very good at maths. So apologies for that. But all I'm seeing is 2s and 3s and whatever. So we've got 2 plus 2 plus 3. Okay, 7. So it's a 7 years. So some people, if it's your personal year, you may feel a bit lonely, a bit detached, but I would say if you're a spiritual person, this is going to be a wonderful time to really, really step into that vibration, because everything is going to be on that level. And it's kind of like, it's being in balance but out of balance at the same time. It's rising above the balance so that you can actually put the balance in place, because you're kind of looking over it and looking down. Often it's best to step away from things to actually get a clearer view, right? So I've got things around children next year, work projects being started, so that plans can be in place for exams and certain learning. There's going to be a massive change around with how things are marked, I've already heard that, you know, they're trying to cut down the school week. And I kind of feel that this is going to be beneficial, not maybe to parents who have to go out to work. However, many people working from home now, and what it does is it's offering, it's like having 3 days or 4 days at school and then an extra day where the children do their coursework and work on things. So it's not when they just get home. So they're not working on homework and studying when they can actually be relaxing. And I know kids, you know, sit there, you know, often have a lot of time to relax, but there are lots of children now who are really under pressure with work, homework, and then wanting to do outside pursuits, you know, music, swimming, that kind of thing, and all their time is taken up, which is great if they want to. However, you know, sometimes homework lacks or coursework because they desperately need to be out and being children and actually being free and enjoying the outside. And so this is going to work a little bit like prep schools, where they actually have 2 hours for homework, or so this would be like a day which is like a homework day, or maybe it's half days where they are actually you know, they actually have to do the work. Now, I don't know how this would work if, you know, making children do it, because I suppose at the end of the day, no one's going to be walking around the houses checking on people. But I feel that this is a new way forwards, and they'll be trying it in different places, in small, I'm getting Suffolk or South something, Hertfordshire, different places, Chiswick, little place, maybe small, maybe it's primary schools even, where they're preparing for SATs. So they're giving them time, because the playtime is so important up to the ages of 11, and there's so much pressure being put on young children now to achieve, and that is causing a lot of problem with bullying, peer pressure, and obviously mental health. And I feel this is what this is about. It's introducing like a homework guide, and I can hear a voice going, and now you have a break, you know, and it's this kind of like Alexa is or something, and it's telling you, you set it all up, and you know, they have to do it because they have to provide evidence of doing the work, I suppose, and it would actually be proper workbook stuff and proper projects, not just reading as such. You know, this would be, they've actually got to do some kind of activity, maybe it's an outdoor activity, they've got to do research or something and then come back with that. But there wouldn't be any excuse unless obviously a child was ill, and then obviously they've got to look at that. But I don't know, again, I'm not sure how that would work, but I do see things changing. I'm seeing things changing with nursing, because there's a problem, as in how many staff are around now. It's like I'm seeing some big directorship or some, I don't know, maybe it's even royalty or something going into a hospital place, and there's hardly any people there. There's no one really on, you know, working on staff, and there's just a few people running around like madmen, and it's kind of brought to a vote. And I feel this would start in one country and move forwards into others. Can see people in America just holding their ears really tight, going, I can't hear this anymore, I can't be listening to this anymore, you know, this is just noise. And this could be just someone going wah, 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 you know, and just constantly making changes, or in the government, or it's just, I can't cope anymore, you know, I just want to shut myself away kind of thing. That's happening. This is a break coming. I'm seeing a big chunk falling off something like a volcano or something, or some big, I don't think it's a statue, maybe it's a monument or something, and it's just breaking away, and it's just going to be, it's showing changes in the earth, and it's to do with water running underneath, and there's cracks, more cracks going to appear, and there'll be something on that about how it's going to be 7 to 10 years, and the whole thing could just come down at any moment. But I'm seeing this kind of rebuild, or discussions about how they can rebuild that as well. These transformations coming on a really higher level, where people are starting to resort to spiritualism and new ways of thinking, and really wanting to help themselves. This is to do with health and well-being. But I'm kind of getting something is coming in that is going to be on offer that everyone's going to want to do. And I suppose it becomes a bit of a fad really, but in a good way, because actually that's what you want, isn't it? You don't want to be into something that is not. I keep getting the Olympics or something to do with big competitions, sports competitions, new structures coming there, something popping up all of a sudden, or it's like an idea and then they kind of create something. I think this might be a charity event of some kind, and this is to do with a loss, a major loss that has happened of somebody. There's labels on Chinese products, something to do with a green label, and a divide. So it's like there's lots of checking going on because of something that has been distributed incorrectly, or there was a problem with it, and then they have to kind of go through all this product. And people will be saying, and certainly there will be this new thing where there's like a specific label on that you can check to know that it's authentic. There's a lot of corruption going on with some of these big sales sites like eBay. I can't think of a lot of the names where they're not being given to me, but that kind of thing where there has to be a change or effect there. It's to do with red tape and things that are now trying to get through. So it's like almost becoming a black market, and the complaints that come in and things that maybe don't work, and it has to again go back to basics. All these things have to be re-looked at and turned around because it's just getting out of hand. It's just, it started off as a good thing. It's like a car boot sale, it started off where it was just old stuff, and now it's becoming great big markets, and it's really expensive, so you don't want to go to them anymore because there's no bargains. And eBay was a bargain place, and it just kind of isn't anymore, It's all about the shop, and it's all about money, but there's definitely going to be, a bottom is going to fall out of a very, very large bucket where it comes financially. And I'm seeing some shares absolutely drop so fast that there is no way of coming back. So be very careful in what you invest in next year, because I feel like the universe is having a little bit of fun and pressing a few buttons to go, okay, you thought you had it all, buff, gone. And it's like there's people with everything and just nothing. And I can see someone on telly, and this looks to be a coloured guy, who had everything, who was minted basically, and just saying, this is where I am, this is what happened to me, and he's coming out, not coming out the closet, but he's coming out and speaking the truth about what's been going on, because I think he's not actually been in the limelight, or some things have happened that he's kept very much to himself. It's a little bit like when someone comes out and says they've been on drugs and they've been fighting a battle with anorexia or something. This is to do with loss. And having to have a comeback, and it's like they're kind of warning, and the news presenter is saying, so watch this, because some of these things, they're not as fail-safe as you think, they're not as strong as you think. There's going to be lots of revelations next year. If you've been waiting for somebody to come back into your life, you've been waiting for love, this could be the year for it, and I feel like things will just kind of neatly fall into place. I'm seeing more than one millionaire now, and some people that really have never had anything in their lives suddenly, enjoying the fruits of their labour and actually having a nice long rest. Whereas there's some people that are going to be, and I'm seeing some bigwigs in handcuffs being taken off, and really shamed in court as well. And they're not able to get off anymore because there isn't any money to finance lies. Okay, there isn't anything left. But there is a sense of being, next year it's like, again, take things, bring it back into order, bring back what the true meaning of your mission is in life, consider what's most important, let go of all these new fads and schemes. I actually see something coming out, some great big, like a game station or something that just doesn't work. And it might not actually work, but it's kind of like there's all this great big buzz about it, and then no one turns up and no one buys it because no one's actually got any money, because everything's so difficult. I am seeing some other war breaking out as well that is a little bit unexpected, and it's in a smaller quarter or a small area of the country, which is quite these two areas were quite amicable, and then it gets quite feisty quite quickly, but I do see it die down quite quickly as well. I've got the number 7, so I don't know if it's 7 months, 7 weeks. I don't think it'd be 7 years, because that seems quite a long time. I feel like more money is going to be had around June, July time. More opportunities going to come up, definitely, and that'll be to do with May. But do, go for your dreams. Really consider the dream you had back in 2012. Go over that, because that's really important. And it's like X marks the spot. That's where you'll find your answers. That's what you'll find when it all starts popping up. You'll suddenly be able to click everything together. But start doing it now, because it's really exciting when you start looking much more deeply. This is something that I do with people in general when I do my 6 steps programs, and I work with people through art. It's connecting the dots. It's putting out all those details so you understand better, and that way you can make changes, and then you understand what you're afraid of, and you can just eliminate stuff that is unnecessary and change the way you think. If anybody's interested in doing anything like that, then please do contact me. I'm going to be putting up some information about an art retreat for next year very, very soon, out here in Spain. So if you'd like a trip to Spain, do let me know. And this would be, you don't have to be good at art, because when you leave you'll be able to paint, okay? That's all I'm going to say. And also you'll have a completely different outlook on life. So if you'd like a private reading with me, or you'd like to, please get in touch with me via my website, www.saraperry.me. Check out the special offers and each month, and also look into pre-ordering the 2023 Secrets Revealed by myself, and have a wonderful rest of the year, and I look forward to connecting with you all in 2023, or maybe next week or tomorrow. Have a great day, all of you. Bye for now.